I want to talk to you today about vulnerability and about being comfortable with our vulnerability. I think society today and social media and everything that's going on in modern life is giving us the message that vulnerability is not acceptable. That, in fact, if we were to show our vulnerability, we would be showing our weakness. But I think it is the complete opposite. That in fact, I think what is needed more and more right now is for more of us to show our vulnerability. That actually our vulnerability is our humanness. It's actually the beautifulness about us. All the imperfections and the insecurities and the things that we try so hard to hide and protect ourselves from anyone ever seeing. That's what makes us absolutely beautiful. I think what's needed more than ever right now is that we can share together by sharing our vulnerabilities with each other. A teacher once told me many years ago that my vulnerability would be my strength. And at the time I didn't know what he was talking about. I was, so protected and wanted to be perfect and tried so hard to cover all this vulnerability I had. But actually, over the years, I've come to realize that actually, by showing my vulnerability and becoming more comfortable with it, I feel so much more comfortable with myself. It's such a relief to be able to just be human. It's such a relief to not have to be perfect. And actually, the more comfortable I get with my vulnerability, the more empowered I feel in myself, and the stronger I feel as a woman. I want to invite you to welcome your vulnerability. And I know it's hard to sit with it, and so often we eat on our vulnerability and we drink on our vulnerability and we get really busy in life so that we don't have to feel vulnerable. We'll do anything we can so that we don't have to feel vulnerable. But if we were able to actually sit with it, then we wouldn't need all those things that we're doing so hard to hide. If we could just sit with it and breathe and just allow ourselves to be in it, even for a moment today, when it comes up and you feel vulnerable, can you just sit with it and just let it be? And maybe show it when you speak to someone, or maybe show it to yourself first. You know what I have realized is that I have never connected with someone by being completely perfect. Actually, I've connected with people when I've shown my vulnerability, when I've shown my imperfections, when I've shown mine and then someone else relates and we look at each other and we laugh and we both realize that we're both really nervous, or we're both really frightened, or we're both really insecure, or we're both imperfect. And then we connect. And actually it is exactly this. The more of us that can show our humanness, the more people feel that they can do the same. And then we can be in it together. For even a moment today, I want you to practice letting your vulnerability be. When it comes up and you feel it, if you're feeling insecure or nervous or whatever it is, just let it come. Don't eat on it, don't get on your phone, don't distract yourself. Just let it come and breathe and be with it. Because you know what? It may just be the most beautiful part of who you are. And if you can learn to love that, then you will love yourself.